Hello, this is John Kopke from Progressive Building Inspections. Today it's June 27th, 2013. Right now it's a clear day. It's about 78 degrees. We're at 126 Copperwood Drive in Buffalo Grove. Now this is going to be a visual inspection, which means I'm going to do things, let's say for instance, I'll walk the roof, go in the attic, crawl space, basement, look at walls and floors and surfaces to let me know what's right and what's wrong. I do not do any destructive testing. For instance, poking holes in wall ceilings, digging up the foundation. That's all beyond the scope of this inspection. I have to go by what's visibly evident. This even includes the interior, which means I look at the walls and floors are exposed. I do not start moving people's belongings all around, examine them all. Now, if I do suspect something's wrong, I'm going to try to move the object and look behind it, otherwise I do not. On the major appliances, I check the basic operation. For instance, the stove, I check the burners, I check the oven, I check the carbon monoxide levels. Things that I do not do are, for instance, send it through a self-cleaning cycler, check the timers. Also on the appliances, it's visual, which means I go by visual signs. For instance, the dishwasher, I'll run it through a cycle, look for apparent leaks, check to see if it appears to be working properly. But I do not pull it out of the cabinet and disassemble it trying to find something wrong. Also on the appliance, I do not check the performance or their adequacy. For instance, the clothes washer and dryer. I'll run it through a cycle, look for apparent leaks, check to see if it appears to be working properly. But I do not put a load of dirty laundry in it, then make an assessment on how well it cleans and dries. I do not work for the village of Buffalo Grove, and I'm not representing them. So it's not a code type inspection. Many times the inspectors will use their own judgment, and at the same time each town is different, so therefore they may require something that I'm unfamiliar with. This is not an environmental hazard type inspection where I'm looking, for instance, buried oil tanks, asbestos, mold, or so forth. If you do want a radon test, which you do, I am doing one at this time. I am not an exterminator, so it's not an insect rodent type inspection. Cosmetic items, let's say for instance, stains in the carpeting, nail pops, are the type of items they normally do not point out because they do not affect the function of the property. I'm going to be doing things, let's say for instance, checking to see if the roof appears to be leaking, visually inspecting the structure, visually inspecting the furnace to see if it appears to be doing what it's supposed to be doing. That's what I'm doing today, is I'm visually inspecting the property, checking its function, checking to see if things appear to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. I am going to try my best to try to find out everything that is right and that is wrong, but I can't guarantee I'm going to find it all. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to give me a call because I will try to help you with advice and so forth. I'm going to continue on. I'll be right back. Here I'm in the, I guess this would be the east side yard. Now I recommend strapping that downspout. I would have a downspout extension, at least go to the center post. I would have liked to have seen the downspout come down on the other side of the fence. And I would have probably had strapped the downspout to the fence and have about a 10-foot long length to try to get the water further away. I'd like that water to be further away. Siding is in good condition. You have aluminum soffit and fascia. You have a good size gable and louver. You have a storm sewer for your sub pump, and that's good. If this were my home, I would probably stop the downspout about here and then have it drain towards the front beyond that tree. The general drainage is good, or maybe you could put an elbow on here and try to have the downspout end about right here so it drains towards the street. Now the general drainage in the front is good. Siding is satisfactory. You have a standing seam roof on the bay. If this were my home, I would have had the upper gutter up high on this end, slowly pitch it over here, have it come down, and I would extend it all the way to this little walkway because I would want it to drain towards the street. I don't like downspouts going onto lower roofs. If this were my home, I'd put another elbow on this downspout and have it drain onto the driveway, or at least have it go onto the sidewalk. I operated this hose bib and it works properly. You have aluminum soffit and fascia. Looks like that upper windows screen is torn. You have a concrete apron on the bottom and an asphalt driveway. Garage door appears to be in good condition, but I have not operated it yet. Now, walking around the corner, you can see the sidewalk is tilted in towards the home, which is not good because water will drain towards the house. I would want you to focus on downspout extensions before changing the concrete because you'll get more advantage, because this is a small area in relationship to the roof area. This is the other downspout. I'd almost would want the extension to end on the sidewalk. Now, I looked at this fence. Now, I believe this section of fence is yours. I believe this section is your next door neighbor, so I'm not making any comments on it. The fence in the rear left, I believe, is your other next door neighbors. The fence in the back is yours, and I inspected and appears to be in good condition. If this were my home, I would put a different type of elbow to shoot the water this way, hoping that the water drains towards the back here. I want it to drain towards this area, so the water drains away from the home. The outlet, the GFCI did not trip. Siding is satisfactory. The air conditioner close to us is about 3 years old. I operate the hose bib and it works properly. I believe this was a 2-ton unit. And this one, I believe, is 9 years old, and it's a 2.5-ton unit. You have a zoned house, which is actually unusual, but it's a nice unusual because hopefully you'll have more control of your heating and cooling, and you'll be more comfortable and you'll save money. I like that you have a double overhang in the back because it minimizes the amount of water that goes against the foundation. The backyard's beautiful. I like your backyard. Tool shed is in good condition. I'm going to continue on. I'll be right back. Here I'm on top of the lower roof. The shingles are in good condition. You have aluminum flashing, at least appears to be. It's painted at this time. I'm going to go up onto this roof and I'll be right back. Here I'm on top of the lower roof. Siding appears to be satisfactory. I recommend painting the top of this chimney. You have a continuous ridge vent which will help ventilate the attic. This is the downspout that I was talking before. I would have preferred the downspout to be on the other end and drain all the way down to the ground. I like your large gable end louvers because they'll help ventilate your attic. Here I'm on top of the upper roof. The shingles are in good condition. You have an attic fan right here. I am not a big fan of attic fans. I like to have natural convection. If you don't have enough ventilation, sometimes this has a tendency to suck the air out of the house and actually increase fuel costs at times. These are the flue pipes on your furnace. This is the vent for your bathroom fan. I recommend to paint the top of the flue pipe when you do the chimney top. I'm going to continue on. I'll be right back. Here I'm down in the basement. Now this is your ejector pump. If you put in a bathroom, you want to locate it close to here because this is connected to your sanitary sewer. At this time, the pump works. If the pump is not running, you may try to plug the pump in directly. This is the switch. This is the pump. If you plug this in directly, the pump will run, but it won't shut off. You hear it running? That's how you directly hook up the pump to the outlet. I would put a high water sensor on here in case the pump fails. Because it's only pumping water, you could put a battery backup and it would be okay. The furnace is an 80,000 BTU unit input, and it is 9 years old, past the carbon monoxide test. You don't have proper clearance right here to the refrigerant line, or no, I should say condensate drain. Single wall flue pipe is supposed to be 6 inches away from combustibles, and the PVC drain pipe or condensate line is a combustible. I turned on the humidifier and it does not flow water, so it needs servicing. I recommend to turn this on November 1st. Try to keep the humidity levels between 25 and 35% humidity. The water heater looks as if it's only a couple years old. Pressure release valve extension should have ended 6 inches above the floor. You have a 90-degree elbow. The minimum elbow, or maximum elbow I should say, is 160 degree, and the rest should be 45 or less. If they took this fitting and installed it down here, they could almost run a straight shot angling up, so it would not have been that hard for them to do. You have steel beams, steel columns, you have 2x10 16-inch on center. I did not see any apparent leaks around the plumbing pipes, which is good. Over here you have a sub pump and it works properly. I recommend getting a battery backup when you move in. The main water shutoff valves are located here and over here. You have a cast iron drain pipe going out. The basement appears to be dry. We had a tremendous amount of rain and you didn't have any leak or leaks. The electric panel is a 100 amp panel. You have 2 breakers. The whole thing is properly wired. You may want a larger service when you have 2 air conditioners. I would try to stage the air conditioner so they're both not running at the same time. This is the air conditioner, this is the air conditioner, and then you have a steamer. If you had all of these running at the same time, there's a chance that you may blow the main disconnect. Otherwise, it's a well-wired house. I'm going to continue on, and I'll be right back. The seller disclosed this is a form tie, that it leaks right here. Maybe you could just seal with trowel grade epoxy. It does not. We had a lot of water. Maybe. I don't know if they're going to be able to inject it with epoxy because it's so tight. Now, I talked about having the downspout run towards the front. So this area is getting a tremendous amount of water on this side, at this corner, and over here. And I talked about that at the beginning of the inspection. I would probably go with trowel grade epoxy on here because I don't think they're going to be able to eject it. And then you got to get the water away from the foundation. At this corner, run this towards the front. And this downspout, I would have had it gone on the other side of the fence and try to get at least 10 feet away from the home. I'm going to continue on. I'll be right back. Here I'm in the attic. You have recessed lights to your family room that are non-IC fixtures. I recommend installing an insulated IC ceiling fixture. You have 9 inches of insulation. I do not see any leaks. Your garage attic is not insulated. I'm going to continue on. I'll be right back. Here I'm inside the garage. I operate the garage door and the safety reverse. The ceiling did not have any signs of leaks, which is good. The outlets I tested in here appear to be properly wired. I operated the dryer. It worked properly. I ran the clothes washer through a full cycle. You can see there aren't any leaks. The dryer is gas, which is good. The ceiling did not have any signs of leaks. You have a smoke detector right here. I recommend using photoelectric smoke detectors. It's recommended change them every 5 to 6 years. if I were buying a new home, I would just change them to photoelectric and change them. These were the lights that were not IC fixtures, so I would change those. I operated the damper. I operated the log starter, worked properly. Ceiling did not have any signs of leaks, which is good. I like your pantry, very sharp. I operated all these doors. Ceiling does not show any apparent leaks. I ran the dishwasher through a full cycle. I could not close the soap dish. There are no leaks underneath the sink. Garbage disposal works. The kitchen sink outlets are not GFCI protected. The microwave worked, the fan works, the light works. The fan is ductless, so it blows back into the room. But they have ductwork. I don't know why they didn't hook it up. You can convert this so it blows into the ductwork. Most microwaves are convertible. I operated the ice and water dispenser. I emptied the ice maker. It has not made ice yet, but I believe it will be making ice very soon. I operated the windows. The outlets I tested appear to be properly wired. The ceiling did not have any signs of leaks. Walking in here, I operated all of these windows. The ceiling did not have any signs of leaks. The handrail is firm to the touch. Very sharp looking newel post. I like your handrail. Entry ceiling, there are no signs of leaks. Going into the bathroom, there were no leaks around the toilet or underneath the sink. You need a GFCI inside the bathroom. Ceiling did not show any apparent leaks. You can hear the fan works. I'm showing the ceiling. I operated this window, appear to be satisfactory. Here I'm upstairs. I operated this GFCI. I did not find any leaks underneath the sinks. When I operated the tub, I checked the overflow and it didn't go in the overflow. I don't know why. It looks like if it was hooked up properly, but it didn't work properly. It needs to be looked into. I operated this window. You can see the steamer works. There are no leaks around the toilet. I operated this window. The ceiling fan works. Ceiling did not have any signs of leaks. Continuing into this room, this ceiling did not have any leaks. I operated the fan and light. I operated these windows. I operated this window. Continuing in here, ceiling did not have any leaks. Going into the bedroom, I operated these windows. The ceiling did not have any signs of leaks. The fan and light worked. There were no leaks underneath the sinks. The GFCI worked. I operated the shower. No apparent leaks around the toilet. The fan works. I'll turn it on for you. If you look right here, you have a timer, which is nice. So you can turn it on for a period of time after you get out of the bathroom. Very nice feature. Continuing over here, I operated this window. I did not operate this one because the bed's in the way. The ceiling did not have any signs of leaks. I'm going to continue on. I'll be right back. This is the upper attic. You have trusses 24 inches on center, about 12 inches of insulation. If there was a way to bury the ductwork, that would be good, because you lose a lot of BTUs through the ductwork. I'm going to continue on. I'll be right back. Here I'm in the other portion of the attic. When you move in, you may want to put some kind of pan right here, because sometimes if you have a blowing rain, it'll find its way into the gabled and louver. Sometimes snow. I'm going to continue on. I'll be right back. Workmanship on the cable and telephone line, so meticulous. This room also very meticulous. Here I'm in the furnace area. You have a disposable filter right here. I would change this one twice a year. The one in the basement is a small 1-inch one. I would do that once a month during the heating and cooling season. The air conditioner is working properly at this time. I am trying to check the furnace. The draft inducer motor goes on, the glow plug goes on, but it does not ignite. I'm giving it some more time to see if it'll fire up, but it may need to be serviced. I've got the humidifier on, but I don't know if it'll go on without the furnace being on. There aren't any leaks inside this area. If I get this furnace running, I will let you know. This is the humidistat control. It's on the top of the ductwork of the return. This is the damper for the humidifier. Turn the humidifier on November 1st. Try to keep the humidity levels between 25 and 35% humidity. Spring, summer, and fall, I would have it off. I would keep this damper closed when you're not using the humidifier. The further you open it, the less efficient your furnace and air conditioner will be. On my house, I need to have it at a 45-degree angle. This is where the main water shutoff valve is. They did a very nice job on this room. You may not have problems with it freezing and breaking, but I recommend not having a humidifier in the attic. I'm going to continue. I'll be right back. This is the end of the inspection. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to give me a call. Also, review the written report, review the videotape. Let your attorney and Kathy know what your concerns are so they can help protect your interest. Also, review them both and get second opinions regarding the inspection and the purchase, because we want you to be happy with your decision. When you do the walkthrough prior to closing, please visually inspect the property one more time and recheck all the appliances to make sure everything still does work. I want to thank you very much for hiring me. If you think I've done a good job, please let a friend know, let a lawyer know, let a loan officer know, let a real estate broker know, because my business is all referrals and every day you need another job. Thanks again. I wish you luck. Bye-bye.